Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Alicia and today I'm going to be talking to you about my September TBR. And there's a lot, so let's get started. Let's see how many books we have on this TBR because, like I said, it's a big one. So yeah, like I said, this is going to be a huge TBR. I do have some notes down below, so if you see me occasionally looking down, it's because I have notes. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to participate in this, but I love it so much that I just cannot not participate in it. So we're going to go ahead and participate in it. And that is the Vampire Diaries Read-Along from Chloe Reads Books. I will have her announcement video down below so you can check it out. It'll have all the links where you can sign up if you too want to participate. I believe it is going to happen from September 1st through September 30th, so by the time you are seeing this, it is already 4 days in. Yes, I'm a little behind, so let's get through this. I'm not going to go into grave detail, but I am going to basically say the different prompts because she has different names for them and then what the prompt is, and then I'll show you the book that I picked for this readathon. And I can tell you right now there are 10 prompts, and every book that I picked for these prompts I have access to an audiobook because lately I've been doing physical and audiobook together. So let's get started. The first prompt for the Vampire Diaries Read-a-thon is The Clock Tower, and that is to read a book with a supernatural element. For this one, I chose Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. This one has like a witchy type supernatural thing going on. So, and this is book 2 from the Serpent and Dove series, so I definitely want to read this one and move forward with the series, and you will see why later on. Book 2 is Blood and Honey, so that is for the Clock Tower prompt. The next prompt, prompt number 2, is The Mystic Grill, and we are to read a book featuring a friendship. This one I believe I got from, I don't remember if it was Chloe or if it was Becca from Becca the Fowl. Their like recommendation videos, I'll try to find the links for those and post them below. But one of them recommended All the Stars and Teeth by Adalyn Grace. Apparently there is a friendship in this one, and I did love Adalyn Grace's Belladonna book, so I'm definitely excited to see what this one is all about. And I did find an audiobook for this one. Alright, so prompt number 3 is Mystic Falls High School. Read a book with a school setting. This one was also recommended. A lot of these books, I will say, were recommended by someone on the readathon's like recommendation videos. And this one is The Ravens by Kass and Danielle Paige. So this one, I guess, takes place in like a, I don't know if it's a high school or if it's like a college campus. Sorority girls, so campus, college campus. So I look forward to seeing what this one is about. I believe this is a series, like book 1 in a series. I don't really want to start a series, but this was one of the ones that I could find with a school setting. So we're going to read The Ravens. Moving on to prompt number 4, The Salvatore Boarding House, is to read a book with a historical element. They also recommended The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, so I am going to finally get to read this one. I've been hearing a lot of different things about it, so I'm interested to see. I'm a little worried about the historical aspect because I don't do well with historical, but I do like V.E. Schwab, so I'm willing to give it a try. That gives us number 5, Lockwood Mansion, Read a Popular Book. Another, again, recommended book. I never got to read this one from a previous TBR, so I said, why not? It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I will read this one and have my thoughts. If I finish this one and have time with the rest of the books I have, I will try to read this one here, which is the second book in the duology. It Starts With Us. I'm not guaranteeing anything, and I'm not promising. But if I have time, that one will be read, because I want to finish. I'm trying to finish things. We're on to prompt number 6, Wickery Bridge, Read a Thriller. This one I didn't know, so I just took one of the recommendations from their videos because I don't do a lot of thriller. And so, but I did have One of Us Is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I think this is also part of a series, but this is the only one I have. So we're going to give this a try and see if I like thrillers or if this will just be something that I read and pass along. Number 7 is Mystic Falls Cemetery, Read a Book with a Dark Cover. The first one that came to mind, again, which also happened to be a recommendation video book, was Rhapsodic by Thalassa. This one, I'm not sure what it is. It's called the Bargainer Series Book 1. So I've heard lots of good things about it, but I couldn't tell you exactly what it's about. And I kind of want to keep it that way so that I go in slightly blind. But this was the one that I had with a dark cover, so we're going with it. Number 8, Gilbert House, Read a Romance. For that, I am going to be reading The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This was one of the romances that I had on my shelf, and it also happened to be a recommendation from, I want to say Chloe or Becca. Those were the two that I mainly watched, and so we're going to give this one a go, and then when I'm done, I'm going to watch the movie and see how the movie is. Number 9 is Forbes House, Read a Book with a Party in It. While I don't know, and again, I'm going to go off of their recommendations video. Apparently, there is a party in One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. If there is or isn't, let me know either way in the comments, but this is the one that I chose based off of their recommendations. Are you sensing a pattern here? Because I definitely am. Alright, and finally, prompt number 10 for Mystic Falls, Read a Vampire Book. Well, I have a lot of vampire books, but again, one that was recommended and is been on my shelves for decades probably. The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black. I have not read anything by Holly Black, so I figured I would use this one as a do I like this author's writing style and do I like her writing and storytelling. If I can get through this one and I like it, then I will read some of her other works because I do have 1 or 2 others of hers, I think. So this will be the test. If I don't like it, I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But this fulfills prompt number 10, which is Mystic Falls, to read a vampire book. On to my other books. That completes the Vampire Diaries Read-a-thon. So let's see what else my TBR has in store. Okay, so now that we've established the Vampire Diaries Read-a-thon, that was 10 books to fulfill all 10 prompts. I'm also going to use these next books as some of the points that I can get. I don't know if they'll fit any of the prompts, but we'll see. For the book club, my Reading with Candlelight book club with Katie from Kit Kats Can Read and Sam over at the Yarn Reader, we will be reading for September Thunderhead by Neal Shusterman. This is book 2 in the Scythe trilogy, and so I'm really excited to see how this story continues. The next book I have is for the So Mote It Be book club, and this is hosted by Sam over at Yarn Reader. And for September, we will be reading These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. I believe this is a duology, so we'll be reading book 1 in September and book 2 in October, I believe. I will leave a link down to in the description, because I believe she just posted October through December book picks for that book club. So I will leave that down below, but this is September's book. Moving on to my nonfiction, I try to read at least one nonfiction a month, and for this month it came out as The Home Edit by Clea Scherer and Johanna Templin. If you know, you know. If not, the Home Edit gals, they are the ones that will do decluttering, and well, I don't know if they do decluttering, but they do organizing, and they do it in order of the rainbow. So when they're done organizing everything on your shelves looks like a rainbow. So I don't know if I would be able to do that, and I don't know if I'd want to do that. I'm trying to find a picture real quick that could possibly share what the rainbow effect looks like when I show it to you. This is a perfectly good example. They organize your books by rainbow. I don't know how I feel about that. I just want my house to be decluttered and organized. So anyway, moving on, I'm going to try to squeeze in reading the arc for Wolf Song by TJ Klune. I want to get this one read. I think I have access to an audiobook. I don't know 100%. I have to look it up. But I'm going to read this one, and then I'm going to send my ARC copy to Clint over at Reads Readers to add to his collection. So look forward to that, Clint, but I'm going to read this first. I promise not to, break the spine or anything like that. I'm really gentle with my arcs. So moving on, we're going to also be working on book series. So like I said before, with the Vampire Diaries section, we were using Blood and Honey for one of the prompts. To finish out that series, we have Gods and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin. This is book 3, and this is the final book of the series, so I'm going to see if I can knock out both books in the month. I do also have a audiobook for this one, so hopefully it helps. Also in the series department, I am well aware that I am behind on all things Cassandra Clare, so I haven't decided if I'm going to reread City of Bones, because that is the only book I have read. If I choose not to, then we will be continuing with City of Ashes and going from there. If I decide to read City of Bones again, then we will read that one, and then we will read this one. We'll see how it goes, because I've already got enough on my plate with this TBR. But this is my life. I think I can do it. Also continuing with the series, I did not read the next book in the Sookie Stackhouse series last month, so I forwarded it to this month, so we will be reading Dead as a Doornail by Charlene Harris. This, I believe, is book 5? 5 or 6? 5. I think this is 5. And I never know this, but if you look carefully, what is in the bloodstream? There's a gun in the bloodstream. Isn't that funny? Not really. But I was just like, oh, there's blood spatter on the cover, and it's in shape of a gun. Fun times. We'll see if that plays any part of the story. I know it does in the show, but we'll see what happens in this book. Last and not least, last and final book. This one I'm not really gonna count as the part of the TBR because it's going to be a quick read. Maybe if I can get used to reading in the way that it's supposed to be read, because, well, you would know. If you read The Fruit Baskets Volume 1, you know that this is the front, not this. So I have to get used to, I guess, reading right to left instead of left to right. Is that how this works? We'll see how this goes. I would like to read it and see if this is something that I would like to continue. I've heard good things about it. So we'll read this one. I believe this is a bind up of the first two or three volumes. But this is like the collector's edition, so they bound up 3 different ones, I believe. I kind of tabbed them to make say this is the, but who knows? I don't know if I'm right, but this, see, I'm trying to hold it backwards. This is the graphic novel that I'm going to be attempting to also read. I might read this first and go from there. I just finished a bunch of Ali Hazelwood, but the only thing I have left of hers to read that I own is the 3 novella bind-up. I don't have it with me. I left it on my desk, but you know what it looks like. So I'm also going to try to read that, I think. Maybe. I probably shouldn't. I've just read like 3 of her novels, and yeah, they were good. I love them. I think she's going to be an auto-buy author for me because I already want to dive into the novellas, but I need to get through everything that I just showed you. So, with that being said, that is my TBR. Vampire Diaries Read-a-thon. I am also, I didn't tell you, I am on Team Stefan. So, if you are Team Stefan and you are watching this, hello, and we're going to kick Team Damon's butt. At least I hope so. But it's all in good fun, and I am happy to be participating. What are words? It's late at night. We're gonna go because I'm gonna be starting to ramble and gibberish and all that. Anyway, that's my TBR. That's the read-a-thon, the books I chose. If you are going to read any of these books in the month, let me know down in the comments below. If you want to hear my thoughts on any of the books that I showed you in this video, also leave me a comment about that down below. With that being said, that is all for me in this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you would like to see more future content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!